So it looks like one of our buckets of potatoes is ready to harvest. One of the plants is completely dead. The other one is mostly dead. We could probably wait a little bit longer, but I want to see what we got in there, and hopefully we have a really decent harvest. As I might have explained at the beginning, when I first planted the potatoes, I usually put one potato plant per bucket. This year I went two, staggering them at different heights. I don't know if that's going to have an impact. I don't think it should, but we're going to see. Looking forward to it, just because I'm growing so many potatoes this year. I want to see what kind of harvest we're going to get. Also, garlic is ready to harvest. That's very exciting. We've been watching them all year long. They're the longest thing that's been growing in the garden. And as you recall, some of those plants, they got beaten back by the different frosts that we had. So it'll be good to see what comes out of the ground when we finally do it. So let's get harvesting. So as you can see, the plant is pretty much sapped its strength. It's just going to die. And so that the potatoes don't rot in the bucket, because I think over the next week we're supposed to get a lot of rain. I'm going to harvest it now. It did rain yesterday. Don't know how much actually got into the bucket per se, and it hasn't been watered since last week. Going to take a look and let's see what, if any, potatoes we got. Supposedly these are Yukons, so we'll see if that is in fact the case. And well, we got some potatoes here. That's nice to see. They're not especially large, but it's a nice potato. Got a bunch of small ones too. And there's the seed potato in there. Yeah, there's the seed potato. So, keep the dirt. Lose the plant. And now we'll just pull out the old plant, which was completely dead. Now I guess if we had left that other plant, the first plant, in there to grow a little bit more, it would have, but that's okay. And let's take out these small ones here, or these potatoes from the other plant, and put them to the side. And let's dump everything out. See what, if anything, we got in here. Oh, I see another potato rolling around in here. My wheelbarrow's falling over. I'm going to say it's a disappointing haul for the first bucket anyway. So any potato is a good potato, but I'm disappointed in this haul, and we'll see what comes out in the others when they're ready to be done. But I'm not even sure this is a pound, maybe a pound of potatoes. So that's disappointing, but it's our first harvest of potatoes. They're good potatoes. Nothing wrong with them at all. Some of them can even be turned into seed potatoes, like maybe these. In theory, even these could be the seed potatoes, because if you look at the original seed potato here on this Yukon, it's about that size. So we're going to let these dry out a little bit and leave the dirt on them. Let them dry out in the greenhouse. Let the skins toughen up. And we're probably going to eat a bunch of these anyway. But as I said, disappointed with that. Let's see if we can't get a better result from the garlic. You want to begin harvesting when the bottom 2 or 3 leaves start to brown and die. So I think for the most part, we're at that stage for the garlic. So we're going to start picking them up. So harvesting the garlic might be a little bit of a challenge. As you can see, right down here, I have a stake in there. Well, that's because I have chicken wire down underneath the hay. And that was to stop the squirrels when I planted the garlic from attacking the bulbs. A stake. Put that to the side. Now I'm going to pull up on one of the bulbs. Get up. And that's a nice head of garlic. A little smaller, but still nice. So I see it's going to be a challenge. This one might have go a little bit longer. We've only got the one leaf here that's been dyed back. You want, like I said, 2 or 3. So I'll be a little bit more judicious pulling up the others. Now the bulbs are a little bit smaller than I would have wanted. So we ended up with 82 garlic bulbs. So these are going to cure in the greenhouse. They're on top of a wire rack to allow for airflow. And they're going to cure for a couple of weeks. We'll wait for these stalks to completely dry out. And then I'll bring them indoors. Well, for cooking, we're going to use a bunch as cloves, but most of them will probably end up being minced and stored that way. We actually still have a lot of good garlic from last year. Some of it has past its prime, but quite a number are still fresh to use. So we've got more than enough garlic here, and I don't think I'll save quite as many bulbs for planting next year. I just don't think we need this much garlic. As I said, that we got no elephant-sized garlic here. We got some decent cloves, bulbs, I should say. Most are medium size, a few small ones. I'm quite happy with the harvest, though. This is, as I said, is going to give us plenty of garlic to use in our cooking. We use a lot of garlic in our cooking. It's nice to have on hand. So that was a pretty decent haul. Potatoes were much less than I was hoping for. A little disappointed really with that. I was hoping for a couple of pounds of potatoes out of that bucket, and we barely maybe got a pound out of it. Still good eating, but still disappointing too. Garlic, very excited about that. They're not particularly large, but we got some decent ones out of it, and we got a number of medium-sized bulbs, quite a lot of medium-sized bulbs, so that's good. As I said, I don't think I'm going to need that much garlic next year, so I'm going to probably cut down in half what I plant next year. But we got a lot of garlic to last us through the year, and as I mentioned again, we still have garlic from last year. So this is a good harvest for us. Very excited about that. And I also finished the turnip harvest. Got it cleared out all the turnips from the bed. So this is an exciting month. This is when all that work that we did earlier on in the year finally begins to pay off. And I'm excited to see how it's turning out now. And you can always hope for more, but it's still great when you see what you got, no matter what it is. And we've done pretty good so far, so I'm very happy with it. If you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll be able to follow along in the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching.